No sound. Okay, so now we have sound. Sorry about that. This is screwed up. Oh, screwed up. Okay, let's start over. So today is 2020. Today is 2020, January 13th, Monday, and noon, San Francisco time. So today's topics is going to be Emacs and Emacs live coding plus tutorial. So if you have comments, post it here. Okay, so it's gonna be a technical session today. And if you have not already joined Discord, you can find my Discord on xali.info or on my YouTube channel. You just go around and you'll find my Xah Discord. We have lots of interesting people and lots of great topics, great people. So okay, so let's start by So we are going to do Emacs and technical, very technical. So if you have any Emacs questions, Emacs related things, ask. Okay, post in the chat. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I have this art blog Okay, let me show you. So I started to do this yesterday, but instead of I end up talking about all these topics for 1 hour plus. These fantastic topics about art. These are not just pretty girls, but art and humanity and communication and psychology and neuroscience and artificial intelligence and longevity, all sort of things. But what we want to do today is that I have this art blog. You can see. So this is the website, and this is the source code corresponding to that. And I want to. You see, this art blog is very long, so it's like 40 screens. If you go all the way to the bottom, the last entry is about, it's back to 2018 January. So I need to make an archive. You know what does that mean? So archive, for example, you click on here, that's the archive. So when it gets too long, I put them into an archive. It's not automated. I do it semi-manually. Whenever it gets too long, I manually do it. So let's go back to the art blog and let's see. So we are going to create an archive of it. Now let's see, how long have I been. So 2018 May. So let's grab all 2018 into one page. Okay. Now this is interesting. These pairs, they are what they call Hapa. They are mixed race. They are half Asian, half American, half Asian, half white, something like that. But they are young people, and they are a couple. They are actually married. They married like 2 years ago or 3 years ago, and they are great people. And they are on Twitter. But the interesting thing about them is that their posters, the things they put out, are usually very artistic. I find them very interesting. For example, this picture. So you have this guy, sitting like that. It's got a post, and then girls looking at him, her lover, like that. So I find it's I would say it's artistic. So anyway, I'm not going to talk about these topics. We are just going to do Emacs. So on the Emacs page, this is the HTML source code. I go to the bottom, search for archive. Okay, it's right there. So I open it. So it's a list of archive. So I'm going to create a new one. So I copy this line, paste it, enter. So you see this line is now duplicate. Now I'm going to change the date to 2018. Okay, 2018 January. Let's go back to the blog, to the bottom. Page up. Yeah, 2018 January. So I rename this to 2018 January. Okay, and this page does not exist. So I press enter. It says file does not exist. Okay, do I want to create new? No. Instead, I want to call a command. You can see the left window, the pink window, it shows all my commands. you can, if you find a command that's interesting, you can search the command name on my website. You'll find the code. So I want to create this new page based on this page, basically make a copy. So what I do is I move the cursor to this href, to this link, to this position, and I call the command Xah copy HTML by link. You see that's a command at the mini buffer. So enter, it's done. Now if I, the cursor is moved here. Now if I press enter, it'll open that file. So you see this is a copy of that, of the previous archive, blog archive. So I open this and search for section. Wait. Okay, so there's no section. Actually, I want to delete all this content. Okay, and delete, go all the way down and delete them. Section, delete them. Okay, so now you open in browser again, it's empty except the ads. So back to Emacs, rename the title. So I want to say 2018 January. Enter. Okay, you see the name is changed in both places, in both this title and also in this H1 header. Show in browser, you can see the header is now 2018. Now I close this file and close this archive file. Now we are back in my blog, that long blog file. So I want to now I want to move everything that's 2018 to that new page. So what I do is I search for list matching lines. Okay, let me show the command. So I'm going to search for this word. Okay, list matching lines date. So you can see in this window, it's all the entries. So I want to go to 2018. So here, okay, so I enter, it'll jump to that position, which is here. So I select it and go all the way down to the last section, cut. Okay, so I just cut the whole thing. Now go back to my blog archive and open this 2018 one, the one we just created. It's there, and paste the entire thing, show in browser. Now you can see we have just created a new page, Xah Arts blog 2018 January. So this is basically January to December or 2018. And you can scroll down, you can see all the 2018 entries. So that's good. Close it, back to Emacs, close it, and on this archive page, this 2018 needs to be on top. So cut it, move to here and paste it. So now the 2018 entry is on top. Show in browser, that is correct. Okay, close it, back to Emacs, close it. Now this is we are back at the long blog page. So if we go back to my art blog page, let's see here. You see this is my art blog. Now if we go all the way down, you see we have not refreshed the browser yet. So it's still 2018 here. You see 2018. But now if we refresh it, all the 2018 entries will be gone. You can observe the scroll bar. The scroll bar will kind of get longer. So let me do it. So I'm gonna press refresh. Okay, refresh. There it is. You see the last entry is now 2019. So essentially my blog has shrinked by half almost. And you go to the bottom, you click on the blog archive. So you have 2018 entry. Click on that. There it is. So I just made the blog archive. Now there's one more thing to do. So go to the top of this page, search for section. show in browser. Okay, so you see this is my art blog, and there is the subscribe RSS feed. You see, this is the last entry, yesterday's entry. Now let's go back. Okay, go back. Now I need to, on this RSS feed, I need also need to truncate it. So if you go all the way to the bottom, you can see the last entry is 2018. I need to remove them. So let me show you the RSS file. So back in Emacs, go to diet. So this is my blog, art blog. And here the blog.xml is the RSS atom entry. So open it. You see it's got 67 kilobytes right now. So you open it, go all the way to the bottom. You see the last entry. Let me show you. The last entry is this one, Dick Fawcett, and it's the entry date is 2018 January. So like before, we need to remove all the January's entry. So what we do is we list matching lines, and I want to list all lines containing the word tag. Okay, so there it is. Magnify. So you see the tag contains the creation date. So we want to remove all the 2018 entries. So oops, I already clicked, but that's good. So this is the 2018 December 31st. So I jump to it. Okay, expand window. That's this one. So from this one onward to all the way to the bottom, delete it. It's deleted. You see now the last entry is 2000. Wait, there's another 2018. Okay, so we had a off by one error. So this entry is also 2018. So delete it. Okay, so now make a backup and save in one shot. Okay, it's done. Now go to diet, refresh. Now you can see this is a current file, blog.xml. Now it's 26 kilobytes, and you can see this backup file, it's 67 kilobytes because we have removed lots of things. So that's good. So close the XML file, close that. We are done. Now all we have to do is go to eShell and Xah. Let me show you this command. So I'm in eShell. Now I want to call a rsync command to sync to my server. But however, I have the rsync command is very long, like 200, 300 characters. I don't remember all the options. The Unix philosophy idiots, with commands with incomprehensible 100 options, like this one, okay, like that one at top. So I want to call that command. I have a abbrev, but I forgot what's a abbrev because I have literally hundreds of abbreviations. Abbreviations in Emacs is the best feature. Okay, so I did a video talk about Emacs abbrev. So you might want to watch it. Go search on my YouTube, search for Xah Emacs abbrev. So I have a tutorial. But anyway, so I have abbrev. I have hundreds of abbreviations. And sometimes, some of them I don't use every day, so I forgot what is abbreviation name. You see, that's the thing. For example, I want to call this rsync command, and I remember I do have abbrev. But however, I have several rsync to different servers, to my professor server, to work server, I don't remember what's the abbreviation for that rsync, command. In that situation, what you need is Xah smart abbrev. So in fact that command is called this. Okay, so let me show you. I call it, so this command is called Xah interactive abbrev. So you see in the mini buffer it will show me a list of names that I have abbreviated for. So you can, in fact, I can, go over them. Wait. So you see, I call the command Xah interactive abbrev. So you can, you have all these SSH, YouTube download, VM inbox, VM up, image one for changing image size or converting image from JPEG to PNG, so on. Image scale, image 256, that means reduce color to 256. So all these are abbreviations. So if I type it, if I select that one, you see, then I get this command. This is the actual command I want. Now, this is more efficient than the bash alias, okay? Now, my friends, I see on Discord many people, they discuss their bash aliases, which is great. But if you want one level up in efficiency, you want to do it in Emacs eShell, and you want to do it with an abbrev or shortcut. That's more efficient and better in many ways. I can go into detail why it's better, but maybe not. So anyway, I want to sync to my server, so I call Xah interactive abbrev rsync. That's the first entry. Okay, enter and password. Now I have a Emacs commands that type my password, which is in secret. In it's not in my Emacs abbrev file. So there it is. Now I have synced to my server. Okay, that's one thing we want to do. Does that make sense, people? Does that make sense? Does that 14 people watching? Okay, so say something, guys. So now I synced to my web server. Fantastic. I'm done with this job. But actually, this page is still very long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. About 30 screenful. Maybe I should do another one that removes all year 2019 to a different entry. No, I'll just leave it. Okay, so leave it. And this is web feed RSS file. We don't need it. Close it. Okay, that's one thing. That's one job done. Let's move on to the next Emacs tech geeking thing. Let's see what's the next item we want to do. So, okay, any questions, comments, post it, okay? So the next thing I want to do, let's see. There are quite a few things, okay? So you can see, let me show you, let me post this so you can go there and tell me what is your, what do you like to see? So you can go there and tell me, make a selection. All these are Emacs or Emacs list related things. So let me check my server status, my health. 21 minutes, good. 15 people watching. So what is the next thing? So perhaps I should get some drink. That was grape juice, 100% grape juice plus energy drink. Now tea. Okay, next topic. Let's see what I want to do. Emacs modify command log mod. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe I think I should. Let's see. Let's try something. Control X, Control F. Okay, Control X, Control F. Okay, so you see on the left window, you can see all my Emacs commands, and that is done by this command. Let me show you. Xah start command log mod. Control H F. That will call describe function. So this is my this is a command I wrote that start up the command log mod you see on the pink window. Good morning, Justin. So if you guys have comments, questions about Emacs, post it, okay? So here is a command I wrote that starts the command log mod. Why do I write this command? Because the command log mod, let me show you the command log mod. Okay, command log mod is this one. Okay, here is the source code of command log mod by Michael Weber and also by Nick Ferrier Le Wang, and back in 2004, Free Software Foundation, I guess. Okay, wait, how is this 2004 copyright by Free Software Foundation? So that means this should be. So is this actually a GNU Emacs package? I mean, is this bundled in Emacs? Oh, so it looks like this is actually part of Emacs, although it's not bundled in Emacs, but it's considered part of Emacs, possibly in Alpha. Because normally, when you see a package, you read the header, normally it will say this file is not part of Emacs. That means people created it, and the copyright does not belong to Free Software Foundation normally. So, but in this one you don't see that. But that doesn't mean much because maybe they forgot to add that. There are lots of things going on. So anyway, so this package will log your commands like I've shown on the left window. But however, the documentation and the user interface is very lousy. It's like very confusing. So I wrote this paragraph that tells you exactly what you need to do in order to start this command log mod. Okay, so these few paragraphs I added, but it's not on their GitHub. This is just my personal copy. And I've also modified part of this code. What I want to do is that you see this printout. You see there's a big number of spaces between these. On the left, the key. On the left is a key. On the right is a command name, and there's a big number of spaces. I think I want to shorten them or something. So let's see if we can do that. So search for print. List matching lines print. So nowhere to be found. Let's try again. List matching lines MESSA message. Okay. Nowhere to be found. So that means they are actually not using any sort of message or print. They are using insert, I think. So list matching lines insert. Okay. Let's see. I want to write my own version of this command log mod because I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with the way it is. I don't want, So I'm trying to modify it so that the output will contain less spaces like that. And so that is what I'm trying to do. And now the question is, where do you want to change that? So apparently they are not using any print command because, okay, search PRIN. Oh, they are using, there it is indeed. So in Emacs, if you don't know, you have 3 print commands, actually more than 3. Depending on how you count. For example, insert is one of the print command. And you have print C, print T, and print 1. So you have 3 versions of the print command. Then you have also message command. So it's a bit confusing. If you don't know, go to Xah Lee Emacs Lisp tutorial. So you go to my tutorial and buy my tutorial. Okay, buy my tutorial if you like my stuff. So you go to my Emacs Lisp, practical Emacs Lisp, and you search for print. You'll see at the bottom, uh, you'll see, where is it? Let's search again. Print datetime, print there. Writing script, print output, print and output. So on this page, I explain everything you need to know about printing output. So you have the messages command, which prints to the messages buffer. Then you have the insert command, which just insert a string to the current buffer. Then you have print, you have print1, then you have print C. 3 variations of print. What they do is that they print to the default output stream. By default, it is standard out. It's a bit complex, but anyway, they print to a channel, and why 3 of them? Because print is to print in a human readable form. Okay. Wait. Print C. The print C is to print into a human readable form. For example, if you print a list of strings, the strings will not print with a double quote. So it's more easy to read. Print C, that's print C. Then the print command is just to print in basically in a format that Lisp can read back as much as possible. And it will also include a new line at the end. Now the print 1 is just like print, except that it does not include a new line at the end. So minor differences. So that's why you have this. Anyway, so there it is, my tutorial you can read about. So let's close that. Let's go back to the talk show and paste it there. So we have one topic. We paste the topic here. Okay. So actually, I want that show in browser. Okay. So print. So let's go back to the code, the command log mod output code. I want to find where does it print the commands. So it actually takes some time to look into. Print. So what is this? Okay, so looks like this is the line that does the print. And that is printing. So what is current? Okay, it prints to current is the current buffer. Yeah. Any comments, questions? Type it. I'm getting bored. With this. So I'm trying to find out. So this line is trying to print to the current buffer and command repetitions. So what this line is doing corresponds to this part. You see that 3 times, that corresponds to that. Okay, so that's these 3 lines. So what we want is somewhere before. So this part is trying to get the number of repetitions. Okay. And the command log buffer. So where is the part that prints the actual key and the command name? Okay, so here is, okay, so let's see what is this. So condition base. Good morning, base. Any questions, comments? Okay, so I see this is trying to print the times, right? And the printing times comes before printing the command because if the current command is the same as the last command, then it just update the time. So the actual code that prints the command name and key comes after the printing of the repetition times. Okay, so we know the code comes after these. Okay, wait. Okay, so let's see. So now let's see when something text. Okay, now this part is for typing. This part, for example, let me show you. Okay, so let me split the window, new buffer, magnify buffer, type something. You see, normally this will show up here, but I suppressed it. Okay, this is getting more complicated. Let me just try to fix this. Okay, so I'm trying to do a live coding plus explanation, but the explanation part is often very difficult because pretty soon, I need to explain all over the place. It's like when you do a live stream, you want only to touch the most basic part because it gets complex and people don't understand. But if you start to explain the complex part, then it gets it becomes a 10 hours video. So you have this dilemma, which is right now I'm stuck in because I'm trying to get this to work. But meanwhile, I want to try to explain it. Anyway, so let's see. So the other option is just to simply get what I want, just to code it without explanation. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so where is it? So insert. Okay, so insert. Let's see. Insert. Propertize key description. This command keys. Okay, so this part is inserting the key on the left column. You can see on the pink window on the left column. So this line is inserting the key. Now we are very close to where we are. So there it is. So when the current column is greater than this command, this indentation, then you insert a new line. Okay, so this is so it looks like all we have to do is to modify this CLM log command indentation. So let's look at it. Search for it. Search. There it is. CLM log command indentation 11. Okay. 11. I don't want 11. And actually, I don't like it. Okay, so I don't like this command. Okay, this is not this package is not written by me. I don't like I don't like things not written by me. the way they do things. This. So because what you wait, what? I pressed some key and that. Okay, so apparently I pressed Xah read novel mod. Okay, let's go back. So you see, I want to modify these. I want to modify the space. The number of space here is too much. I don't like it. So I want to modify it. But not just space, because I want also to add a Unicode character such as a line or a bullet, so we can clearly see the separation. But this package does not allow me to do it, because you got a number here which is a number of spaces. So what can you do? Well, let's say 5. Let's just say 5. Okay, let's see what happens. And also define var. Define var is a very annoying thing in Emacs, because when you have define var, now you cannot change if I change the value and if I reevaluate this buffer, that will not work, because define var, the thing with define var is that if the value is not nil, then Emacs will not change it. That's actually a bad design. Do you guys know what I'm saying? Because otherwise I have to explain that, then it will take 5 minutes. But we have a lot other things to do. So what you do is, instead of, let's try this, if this works. Okay, set q. Okay, that, let's say 6. Okay, let's change this back to 11. Okay, now I'm going to evaluate this line. Done. Okay, then let's just say 6 there. Okay, then let's just restart. Quit Emacs. Let's restart Emacs. I'm actually cold. Let me put on a coat. There it is. Emacs has restarted. Now let's Xah start command log mod. Okay. Magnify buffer. Okay, it worked. That completes that task. We have completed another Emacs task. Any questions? Questions? Base. Justin. Megaloschemos. Outshined. Questions? Comments? So look at the shell. Okay, so in Emacs you have these lots of Unix garbage. The Unix garbage. These lots of errors. This happens all the time. It just spit out warnings or whatever, and they are incomprehensible. Okay, so look at this. 2020 January 13th, 12 o'clock something. Emacs x8664. This idiot, this Unix idiots with these jargons. Like when you go to GNU Emacs website, you try to download, you have no idea what they are saying. So let me show you. Xah Emacs. So Xah Emacs, you go to practical Emacs tutorial. Then you see this is my Xah Emacs tutorial, and you have a poem there. I wrote this poem like 17 years ago. the Church of Emacs feeling of chars, Lispy, and binding, buffers, insert, yank, meta, sex, add hook, 8 megabytes, and console swapping. This is the song of Church of Emacs. Okay, I had this poem since about 16 years ago, and I removed it in the last 3 years or so because in today's environment, the social justice has mentality. So I was thinking, maybe I should try to be more professional and remove this limerick kind of thing. But no, that doesn't work. So I put it back. You want to be yourself. So this is my Emacs website. This is my style, and this is my poem. So I put it back here. So anyway, this is my Emacs tutorial. So you go there and you go to where to download. Okay, so this is where you download Emacs, and you have Windows, you have Mac, you have GNU Linux. On Windows, on the Mac, you have precompiled binary, meaning that you just go there, download it, unzip it, or drag to your app folder. You can use it right away. But for Linux and Unix, that doesn't work. You have to compile it yourself. Tech geeking. That is why in Linux nothing works. Everything is fucked up. And the Linux people love it. It doesn't work. Like you go there, you have you have to compile and stuff. By the way, it's pretty easy. If you want to compile on Linux, you just follow my tutorial. I tell you 4 easy steps to compile it. These days, today's generation, most people, they don't know about compilation stuff anymore. But wait, what's going on with this? Yeah, close it. Close shell. What's going on? So in Emacs, yeah, today's generation, you don't know these things anymore. Basically config, you download it, unzip it, then you run configure, make, and make install. Basically, that's all you have to do. This is what you have to do to compile stuff on Linux, but actually more than that, because then you have to install build tools. You need to have GCC, you need to have make of certain versions, and you need to have dependencies, things like that. So anyway, you follow my guide, you'll know how to do it. But I'm going to tell you, I was going to tell you. So on Mac and Windows, you can just download it, but on Linux, you have to compile it. Okay, so that's why Linux is always, hard to use, among other things. And of course, you have precompiled binary, but usually that's 2 years old. So anyway, why am I saying this? Because whenever you criticize Linux about something, then there will be an army of Linux fanatics. They will come up and say, "Oh no, you are wrong because all you have to do is apt-get." But the thing with apt-get is usually whatever most programs you want to use, the version from apt-get is like 2 years old. Okay, the fucking Linux. On the other hand, on the Mac, you have something similar. You have brew. Okay, you can just type brew, install something. It's actually much more simpler than apt-get. Meanwhile, the programs you install via brew is not 2 years old like the Linux fuck. You might think, oh, it's all open source, therefore Linux is the foundation of open source. So on Linux, it's actually easier. No, it's actually not. It so happens on the Mac, the proprietary Apple, the evil Apple, where they make your phone slower whenever they have a new version, things like that. Evil Apple. But it so happens on Apple, things are actually much more easier to use. Even for the open source programs, like when you install Python, Node.js. For example, let's brew update Node.js. Okay. I think it's the command is brew update not.js. Okay, let's try brew update not. I don't even have to man page or something like the. Okay, so brew upgrade not. Yeah, so you see, it just tell me the right. I don't have to dig. So brew upgrade not. Okay, before we do that, let's check what is my current not version. Node.js is the program that runs JavaScript. Okay, so which node? Okay, so user local bin node. I don't think that's the current version. Let's try node dash dash version. Version 12. It's pretty decent. I think it's from last year. But you see, the thing with node is that they update every year. So I have version 12. Let's try to run it. Okay, global global dot ble global dot version. I think. No, that's not. I have to look up. I forgot. Anyway, so I'm running node version 12. Okay. Exit. Okay. Now let's brew update node. My roommate is back. So it's running update. Okay, so Justin says, you living inside the church of Emacs? Yes, of course. Can I build one too? Yes, if you are on a Mac, you can also build Emacs. But however, I do not have instruction for how to build Emacs on the Mac. But it's not difficult because I can tell you there's a guide from a friend from this guy. He builds Emacs on the Mac every few years. So I've seen how it's not difficult. So if you want to build Emacs on the Mac, you can, but you don't need to. Okay, for the Mac, just download this one. This is the one I'm using. Go to my Emacs tutorial. The first page, download Emacs. Then you just go to the Mac and download this one. Okay, download this one. 26.3. This is what I recommend. This is plain GNU Emacs, no fluff. Once you download it, you can install other things. Okay, we are back to shell updating brew. Now it's still updating brew. So okay. So what I wanted to say is that you go to download Emacs, then you go to Windows. Okay. So this is a Windows download, and so Alan, good morning. Alan says the minute Xah started talking about Mac OS X just working, my MacBook just crashed. Okay, so you go to this is GNU website. This is GNU website. So they have Emacs versions. You click on Emacs 26. This is for Windows. Okay, and you see this crap. You see these tech geekers, tech geeking fuck. These idiots, these open source and free software extreme idiots. You see this file name. Suppose you are mom. Suppose you are your mom. Okay. So people say, oh, you can download Emacs. Oh, you don't need to be a programmer. Your Emacs is actually easy to learn. You hear that from Emacs, from the mouth of Emacs fanatics. They will say that. They will say, actually, Emacs is not that difficult. Actually, they will tell you the story about how secretaries are all using Emacs. Like 30 years old story. So okay, so try to be, think you are your mom. Okay, so you go to this page, you are on Windows, you want to download Emacs because your son told you Emacs is the greatest editor. So, so now you are on this page. Which one of the fuck to download? Tell me. These fuckheads, these idiots. You tell them they don't understand this typical Linux open source free software foundation fanatics. They tell you every day, oh, Linux is great. Linux is actually better than Windows. Windows sucks. Now, suppose you are your mom. You heard so much good things about Unix, Linux. So I mean about Emacs. You go to this page. The first question is, which one of these fuck should you download? So look at their names. So they have Emacs 26 i686 dash depths. Okay, then you have then you have i686. Then you have x86. Okay, then you have zip and sick their ass sick. They are thinking they want to make it secure. These fuckheads. Then you have i686, then x86. Okay, then so that's two variations. Wait. Okay, x86 then 64. Okay, so I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? Do you think so? You are your mom. Do you think she know which one to download? Do you think she knows? That's the first question. And if she don't know, how do you look up? Like, how do you know which one to download? Yeah, of course, your mom, even though she's not technical person, but she's not an idiot, right? She is very intelligent. Maybe she's a mathematician. So I am a mathematician. And I've been programming for 20 years. I don't know what the fuck are these the Linux people. I don't know which one to download because 64 probably means 60 bits CPU. Then i86, well, I kind of know. Okay, so i686 and the x86, they are kind of short, a brief for Intel architecture. It's Intel CPU architecture. So you get my point. So the thing is, cannot these Linux fuckheads here's my question. Okay, do they ever thought about whether this is a problem or not? They think they are so hot. They are hot shots. They are tech geekers. They know so much. Okay, I should stop ranting about this. This is a problem. Okay, this is a real one example of the million problems with these Unix people. They think they know technical details. They are tech geekers. They don't know. They are incapable of thinking about things. Okay, I'm going to stop ranting about this. Today I was supposed to work on Emacs and Emacs Lisp. So let's do that. So anyway, so we finished this task. It works. It's kind of, my talk is kind of screwed up now because I started to rant nonstop. Now let's get back to what we were doing. So Emacs modify command log mod. We did that, and that is successful. And what else? Let's see how many people is here yet. 13 people. Okay, we already did an hour, so I think that's it. I don't get comments from you guys, so I kind of so I have a lot more codes I want to write. Every time I have these tasks, I was thinking, I'm going to do a talk show about it. So on one hand, I can do these things I want to do. On the other hand, I can also explain and show you guys as an opportunity to work on a real life problem. These are real life problems. These are the things I want to do. I need to write the commands to code them. But I think that's it for today. Anything else? So Justin Scarfi says, I thought there is a physical Emacs church. Of course, there is not. Are you kidding? Like sometimes I don't know. Yeah, what your questions are always very strange. But sometimes, yeah, I don't know if you are kidding or not. So that's it for today. I think Emacs stuff. Okay, who are you people? Say hi. So I guess I have many locals. About that topic. I know some people they don't want to show. Partly because when you are on the internet, you have no idea like who is watching you. Whether may it be a live stream or may it be online on social network, because it could be your mom, your coworkers, your boss, or your neighbors, or your friends. They are watching you and you don't know. Yeah, that's a case with the internet. So when you go on internet, you want to be sure that everything you do is public. Just keep the mindset that everything you do on the internet is public. That way, you don't get into the situation where maybe disclosed some of your secret by mistake. And by the way, go on internet publicly is a good thing. I recommend. Okay, so instead of using nicknames or hiding your names, things like that, I think it's actually a good thing. You go on internet, with your name. We'll see today's live now. I will see today's live now. Okay, bye guys. Bye Dan. Dan Morris. Dan Morris is from Brazil. Maybe I make it wrong. They are. That's why we need privacy and pseudonyms. Brazil time zone complicates me. Yeah. Brazil time zone is not too complicated. Brazil time zone is only like 2 hours ahead, so it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, I'll see you guys. Bye. And buy my Emacs tutorial, okay? In America, so this I need to address. Paul Dura says in America you can be targeted in the workplace for political views. That is correct. But however, that does not mean you should not get on, you should not use real name. You should use real name. You go on with your real name, say what you believe, then then those people who target you, they will be fucked up. We are in this situation today where nobody dares to go public because they hide like nerds. They use nicknames, they talk garbage. Yeah, it means stuff, 4chan stuff. They talk garbage. It's because all of you nerds since like 20 years ago have the idea that you want to be anonymous. That's why this happens. Okay, that is why this happens, and it will get worse. It will get worse and worse if you don't start to use your real name, show your ID, and speak up. Okay, that's my opinion. That's my recommendation. Bye, guys.